Fucking paper, man, I know that they mad. I won't stop with nothing, man, get you a bag.
We're here with Neno Keen. A lot of people think you a DMV artist, you know, but you've done stuff in LA. You've done, I mean, you know, in the interview we'll talk about how you got a feature in New Jersey with SkinnyFromThe9. So you've moved around in both coasts. I feel like I had to let you know. First of all, I want to thank you for giving me the interview. They say every artist is one song away from making a hit. You definitely are one song away from making a hit. Like, you could tell from the outside looking in when somebody's like, you know, 20 songs away from making a hit, unless they get lucky.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because you got to find your flow and stuff. But I think you right there, like, you about to catch it, man. And that wave is coming. So it was important for me, not only since we known each other for probably going on 15 years, and we've never really finished projects. Like, we've always talked about doing things, never really got to it because that's just, you know how it be. But I feel like it was important for me to just have this interview to be part of history. So, you know, when they doing a documentary on you a couple of years from now, you know, I want to make sure they probably take a clip from this. I just want to make sure I'm, you know, I'm part of that. And because I know that is coming. And second of all, like, you've influenced a lot of people, and a lot of people don't really give you the flowers you deserve. Because like I told you in one of our conversations, like, the first time I ever saw a music studio was at your crib. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I ever told you that. So that was like what showed me that it's possible to have a microphone at the house. You know what I'm saying? I always thought you had to go somewhere else. So a lot of people might not tell you, but you've influenced them because you've been doing the music locally, but locally DMV wise, not just like Northern Virginia wise. I don't know, probably going on 15 years, man. That's been part of your DNA for the most part. And you know, when they heard you do music or when they see you do videos in other states, they're not going to tell you, but, you know, they're like, yo, if he did it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you on their behalf because they're not going to tell you that.
Right. No, I appreciate that, bro. No, there's still a lot of work to be done, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you fucking with me and putting me on this interview thing. I feel like it's definitely going to help me out, like, as far as, like, people knowing what really, like, goes through my mind, because I ain't really, I don't really put myself out there, even though, like, my job is to get put out there, so I don't put myself out there, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely, I appreciate it, you know, it's gonna get people understand, get a feel like, I like what it is to conversate with me and shit, so definitely a good look, and I appreciate it.
Hey, no doubt. So I thank you for the opportunity. And
I'm starting to, like, learn my flow now, and it's just like a lot of my last songs that I've been dropping, like, I ain't been writing them. I just been kind of like, I guess you call me a punching rapper. I just been, like, punching them in. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks, like, doing your duds and your ad-libs, you know what I'm saying? Because, like you don't remember what you say, so you got to kind of, like, play it over and shit. And
shit. So you feel like that takes you longer to make a song?
It takes me a while, bro. It takes me a while sometimes to do a song like that. I admire rappers that could do a song like in 15, 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like going to the studio like that. One because, like, studios be, like, full of vibes. You know what I'm saying? It just be different people. And, like, I'm really not, like, I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? So, like turning up and shit, like, I did that shit when I was, like, 16. You know what I'm saying? So turning up to me is, like, it's kind of, like, played out, you know? And, like, I feel like the majority of the time with people in the studio and shit, like, you just want to turn up and get fucked up, and, like, I'm not, like, that shit kind of throws me off, you know? So I'd rather just do my music organically with my comfort, like, of my home. Don't get me wrong, I still go in the studio, but, like, a lot of my shit that I've been recording has been at home. Like, the shit I did with I Am Northeast did it at home. And, you know, just that's how I've been recording. I guess, like, I'm finding, like, the way I like to record, you know, because it's like, fuck everybody. It's just how I want my shit to be done, you know.
Yeah, and that, like, two things. Like, one thing is when I used to do the interviews going to the studio, like, I would be there, and you are right. If somebody's there for, like, 8 hours, they really just work like 2 hours. Right. And they kicked back and did whatever for the other 6, but they still paid the 8.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The producer, sometimes the producer doesn't even, like, participate in anything. He's just sitting there all bored. So by the time you really record, you ain't even getting somebody who's amped.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then another thing, like, you know, just to kick off the interview, that's it's funny you say that you still record from the house, because I don't know if you noticed, but like way back, man, this had to have been like 2006 or something. Like we went to your crib, you know, the Potomac Mills days.
Yeah.
And we went to your crib, and the very, very first time I ever saw somebody have like a Mac and like a Pro Tools, I don't know if it was Pro Tools or something, set up with a mic, was at your crib, dog. Like, I didn't even know, you know, I would listen to music and that. I was like a fan of music like everybody else, but I didn't even know it was possible to have like a house setup.
Right.
Until I went to your crib and you had it. From anybody like in Woodbridge or anywhere, the first person that I ever saw had it set up and had like actually like, I don't know, taking the steps to be able to do music. This was like before Thermal and everybody.
Yeah, nah. That's like one of my biggest regrets, bro. Like, cause I took like probably like a 3-year break off music because like I was starting to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the connections that I got still in the area with local artists, like I got it because of back then. You know what I'm saying? Cause I started it, but I quit because it was just like I ain't fuck with the politics, and I was still young. You know what I'm saying? And like I ain't really understand the politics of it. Like I would be chilling with it, like, you know, this group of people and shit, and they'll be like in the same clique, same music group, and then I'll have another session with somebody else, and then they'll be hating on the man that they in the group with. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, this is some fuck shit. Like I don't fuck with it. But I mean, you know, not everybody that's in the record label get along with each other. You know what I'm saying? Back then I was just like, you know, you my mans. Like, you know, if I do music, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you my mans and shit, but not. It's just music, bro. It's just a sport. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what fucked me up. Like, I took the longest break because I was like, I ain't fucking with this fake shit.
But do you feel like, so like I know that has hurt at least us here, because I know when you hear dudes from Atlanta, like you could talk to rappers from Atlanta, like when you watch interviews from 2 Chainz or somebody who's even unknown, they say that they network. Like if they're in the studio, you know, I guess there's like a building with 3 studios. If they're there, they're gonna do a song together, even if one is hot and one is not. Like they don't got that ego or you're not from my neighborhood mentality. But over here, I feel like we've had that. You think that's changing a little bit?
Fuck no. That shit, I mean, a little bit, but not really. It's like, I don't know, bro. It's kind of whack. Like I be reaching out to artists and shit, like, yo, let's work, blah blah blah, and like, and then I don't know, bro. People just be they bullshit, bro. Like I got like real features with artists now. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm really dropping money. Like that's something that people don't know. I'm just like I got songs in the archive, you know, just chilling, and I'm just like, you know, I ain't trying to skip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whatever, but like give out too much information just right now. But I don't know. It's just artists. It's just like, I know when I start popping, I start dropping shit. It's just like, all right, now I'm gonna really see, and I probably still won't close doors. You know what I'm saying? But it's it's whack. You know what I'm saying? But like I try not to focus on that. Like this morning, I woke up like, fuck this music shit. But then, you know what I'm saying? I got remotivated. You know what I'm saying? It's just gotta keep on.
And then a lot of the times, like I feel like they own boys block them. Like what's his name? And I'm not saying what's his name. Like I really forget people's name, but Pope. So and you don't got to comment on this. Like, you know, I had a conversation with him on Instagram. Like one time I wrote out
Pope, the Pope I know.
But not Pope, the flyer Pope, the stress-free Pope, but the rapper. Is it Pope? No, it's not Pope. It's the big nigga, the biggest Migo.
The Poe nigga.
Poe, yeah, Poe. Yeah. So Poe, he had a manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or something on his link. Like I said, hit so and so up. So I wrote to him, this is like 3 years ago, to the manager, like, you think I can get an interview with Poe? Mm-hmm. And never heard back from them. Like, never heard back from him, right? And I wrote him again, you know, because I know people's busy. Like, even if you're not in the music, everybody's busy. Yeah. And then years later, like, Poe hits me up on the Instagram, like, when we going to do an interview. And I was like, oh, shit, I thought y'all weren't taking interviews. Because, you know, he had a buzz for a while. He still does, but he's always had, like, somewhat of a buzz. So I figured, like, once you feel like you have a buzz, you're going to say no, and that's okay. And then he was like, oh, shit, my man's never told me about it.
Right.
So like your own people, like sometimes you put people in charge and control your stuff, and your own people block your I'm gonna say blessings. So we're not even gonna talk about how people that don't like you, how they gonna block you.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's yeah. I mean I'm sure it happens. I mean I can't really speak on it. I haven't had a manager. Everything that we do between like me and O. I mean I consider myself a solo artist, but I am in the group. You know what I'm saying, with O, my cousin. So, but at the same time, it's just like we manage our own shit as of right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we still working on like getting like a bigger buzz, and like really what we're gonna have to start doing, like, and after it's gonna be this quarantine and just like traveling more.
Yeah.
I've been itching to get the fuck, bro. Like I was looking,
Oh,
I like this morning I was looking at flights. You know what I'm saying? Like I might, despite this Corona shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm thinking about the same. Like even if I gotta go and be like stuck in the room somewhere else, but I'd rather be looking at palm trees sometimes.
Fuck yeah,
Like
yeah.
even if I can't come out, let me just look at that joint. You know what I'm saying? To me, this man Ozzy came out of nowhere with the music. To me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in the circle. I'm pretty sure you had a lot to do with him hopping on the mic.
Fuck no. Nah, I mean, he's like, he started rapping. He's like, yo, I'm trying to make a song. We did a song. Like, I think our first song was Gucci Mane. I'm tripping. The Gucci Gang. And I felt like he killed it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely came out the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be telling them, even though we like different genres, but we still, I mean, trap, Latino, reggaeton, hip hop, whatever. Like, to me, it's like almost the same goddamn thing now. But it's like, I be telling them straight up. I be like, bro, like you came out the woodwork. I be like, bro, I feel like that nigga found his goddamn flow already. Like I'm still trying to figure out my flow. So
yeah.
like,
now he did. I feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, I tell him, I be like, bro, you a better musician than I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no, but that just comes with like, we in a group. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta have harmony. Like we bump heads, of course, like any human beings, but we quick to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Like he hit me up the other day, like blah blah blah. Yo, I feel like you blah blah blah. I was like, hey, look, I'm gonna pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? Pull up on him and we talked, and so I really, you know what I'm saying? That's a real relationship. Like I know him for, you know what I'm saying, forever. So
yeah, no, that like before the music and everything. So
yeah, before it, you know what I'm saying. So we definitely got chemistry. We've been through bullshit together and all that shit. So
my man probably had a couple binders filled and didn't tell nobody till he felt he was ready.
I can't speak on that. I don't know, but that nigga, but he a quick worker though. Like he's one of them artists I say like I admire. Like he'll write something down. Like that nigga made me step my shit up. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, I mean, going in and just freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like like he's like, yo, just go in there. Poe told me that shit too. Like I've been in sessions with him and I be trying to write in my phone and shit. He's like, nigga, just go in there and spit, just rap, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like. But now I'm starting to see like, yeah, that shit kind of works. It works for me. Like I'm finding my flow,
Yeah. I feel like a lot of rappers, like, I don't know if they do that, but they claim they do that. And I mean, the end product, it seems like they really got it on point.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of like now that I've been around like little studios and I see like a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, that do that shit, and it's just like I was like, damn, that's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it sounds like you flowed the whole goddamn thing, but little do people know you took like 3 hours on the verse, but you were punching it in every goddamn bar. You know what I'm saying? Some people do it quicker. I'm just saying. Like, I'm one of the. I take forever. I ain't gonna fake. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, writing the drink takes forever too, though.
Say what?
For some people, even writing takes forever.
Yeah.
So it's not like, every song don't got like every song took a different amount of time to make.
Right.
So you get those 3-4 minutes, like, people need to understand that in the back end, that shit took a couple weeks.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with writing it or like, getting punched in every time. So like as far as the quarantine, like how have you been networking or what have you been doing for the music wise with the quarantine?
Dog, since this quarantine shit happened, bro, like honestly, I've been investing more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like me and Owen investing in like merchandise. We got the whole DPMG shit, so we're gonna have merchandise coming out soon. It's funny because we all hands on, so we've been trying to figure that shit our damn selves. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck the middleman type shit. So figuring it all out. Shout out that nigga Vigo Boss. That nigga kind of put me on like with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga cool as shit. Like he one of them niggas that been in the game that's gone through the bullshit and like really like, you know what I'm saying? Every time I hit him up, it'd be like, yo, how you doing? Like, bro, I need your help. Like, I need some advice. And he willing to, you know what I'm saying? But to help out. But for the most part, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't record like music like in 2 weeks. I was in the studio yesterday just getting some songs mixed, but just working on merch. I mean, songs are in the archives for real. But other than that, just you know what I'm saying, more time with the family. And I mean, the moves are still the same. I wish I could say I've been quarantined as much as I want to, but just because that shit's serious, I think it's serious to a certain extent. But you know, that's you know, I've been trying to get features out. Like I got a couple songs I want to send out to some artists and shit, but the bread gotta be right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's my situation, so I'm like really bouncing back from my little shit that I had a couple months back. So
yeah, and can you like legally speak on that, or it's almost like
man, it's not they. I don't want to talk about it, bro. Like it's
no, I hear you. Cause I mean, stuff is still pending, so it's only natural. Like you just can't sometimes.
Yeah, no, I just don't. It's not important for real. I don't think it's important.
So, talking about the features, somebody told me that you got a feature with SkinnyFromThe9.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yeah, I hit him up. He replied. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, of course I paid for a feature and shit. But I mean, he replied, I guess, you know, he fucked with my little client that I got on my page. And like, you know, we went from there. Like at first he wanted me to wire money and shit. I'm like, I ain't doing all that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, pull up on you, I got cash. And it was like I said, it was spontaneous, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, he answered, he replied, I had cash in hand, and I met up with him. I think he in Jersey. I think it was Jersey. Like I drove to Jersey. It was such a short notice that I ain't take nobody with me. Like, was busy. My closest boy, Brandon, couldn't go with me, and boy DeVell couldn't go with me. So I just went off the solo tip. You know what I'm saying? Met him up there, and like, he fucked with me. You know, he seemed like a cool dude. I guess the fact that I pulled up by myself, dude was deep. You know what I'm saying? A little neighborhood and shit, but
yeah,
it was all. I ain't getting no funny vibes. Everybody was cool. What sucked about it was like, I was like, look, I want to pay you, but I want shit done. Like I want the material. He's like, I got you. I was like, bro, you got. So I ain't pull up till like 12:30 midnight, and and then I was like, you got a studio? Cause I was texting him. He was like, nah. When I got the long story short, like there was no studio. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, I was like, look, man, I stay over the night. I pay a hotel or whatever, and we can link up in the morning. And that's how it worked out. You know what I'm saying? We went to the studio, went to the Bronx, we went to New York. I forgot what that studio was called, but a lot of motherfuckers been in that joint though. It wasn't Quad, it was another joint, and we just linked it up. He went and laid it down, and that was it. You know, I'm debating if I'm gonna do a music video though. Still. So.
Yeah, but that's like, not only is that like a hell of a story, but that's one way to get stuff done.
Yeah, that was just like me moving off the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And then speaking on that too, like I remember a couple weeks ago you had a discussion with, I guess I forgot exactly what you posted, but then the girl pretty much said something about like she don't like Spanish people in the hip hop industry, and just like how we try to be black or something, but some people don't know their history. Like, how do you feel about that? Because I know you replied to her and she pretty much was a little lost. Like,
I feel like you part of the problem, bro. Like, just like white people are racist, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you black and you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you don't want us in hip-hop, you part of the problem, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip-hop, you know, I ain't gonna get technical with it. I ain't gonna dissect it and shit, but from what I heard and know, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop started in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Latinos had a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. But, I mean, if you feel that way, I mean, everybody's entitled to feel how they feel. You know, I ain't gonna knock it, but I mean, bro, I personally think we feed off each other's cultures. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Migos feed off like, you know what I'm saying, like the hip hop culture. Some of us was born in that culture, and that's what you get molded into. And like, you know, you got the black community that look at Migos and be like, oh, you they plugs, or narcos, or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a hand-in-hand thing. But if you're looking at it like that way, then, I mean, honestly, it's kind of like, I shouldn't even really like responded, you know what I'm saying? But because I don't really like entertaining shit like that's like kind of ignorant at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks that we going through that shit 2020, but I mean, it's available. But at the same time, it's like, everybody's entitled not to like whomever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody's entitled not to like whoever, but there's always got to be that fine line of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody could be like, I could be like, I don't like white people, whatever the case would be, but I'm not gonna sit here and be a fucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's entitled to not like what they don't like, you know, but just have that respect, you know? I mean, that's how I feel about it. But honestly, I feel like you part of the problem. You know, if you think, you know, white people racist towards, you know, Hispanics, blacks, whatever the case, and then you black or whatever the case, and you don't like Migos, you part of the problem too, you know? I mean, simple as that, you know?
And I think, like, right now we have a huge problem of people having strong opinions on stuff they don't even know the history in. Because like you said, hip-hop wise, since day one, worst case scenario, maybe like 3 hours after hip-hop started, you know, Latinos been involved. As far as producer, DJs, the graffiti, the breakdancing. I mean, you know, they just got to look it up. It's there, you know what I'm saying? And with visuals too, like, you don't got to sit there and read about it. But most of the time, those are the people that aren't going to support your music anyways.
Right.
No matter how good it is.
They know about it, but they ain't going. Just like somebody, like the other day, you know what I'm saying, I had somebody comment on my shit, and like, we kind of went back at it. At the end of we kind of like squashed it. It was like, yeah, I feel you, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But then it's like, yeah, I fuck with your music, even though I don't share it or like it. I'm like, all right. So like, there's people paying attention, but it's just like, it's really going, like, people not really going to support you till you hit that threshold. You know what I'm saying? Once you hit that threshold is when everybody that knew you, whatever the case would be, going to fuck with you. So, I mean, it's part of the game. You know?
I mean, for real, that's part of every game. Because I had a political question here, so this is like the perfect time to bring it up. But I feel like Obama didn't publicly support Joe Biden until he was guaranteed to be nominated to run. You know what I'm saying? So if Obama ain't supporting his man when he thinks he's one of the 10, you know, we ain't gonna get a share or a like to like you said, till you hit that breaking point where they feel like, all right, I'm gonna take a chance with this dude.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I don't really know much about the Obama and Biden shit. I just seen like clips of Biden, and like, that motherfucker can't speak. So
oh man,
I haven't seen like full blown interviews. I find, like, obviously the people that find the worst things about you, I've seen them shits and they hilarious, but I just ain't feeling it. I mean, I'm never really dug into politics like that. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will be like, well, you're part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? You don't vote. I've never voted. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I've never really relied. Like, I don't care who's president. You know, I don't feel like Obama did anything for me. I don't feel like Clinton did, Bush. I don't feel like Trump doing anything for me. So it's just like, I live my life on a daily basis, and I take care of what's around me. You know, like, I'm gonna hit my lows, I'm gonna hit my highs, and everything. Of course, I'm gonna give credit to whoever helps me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people that help me along the way. But it's just like, as far as like Trump or Obama or Clinton or Bush helping me out, like, I ain't helping me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, those people just get in positions to, I feel like, just help themselves, bro. Like, for real. And I don't know much about Republicans, Democrats, or nothing like that, but I feel like Democrats, for real, promise the world to minorities or whatever the case would be. But at the end of the day, they end up winning big time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, at first, you know, just because I'm a minority and shit, I was an old Democrats, but then I'm looking at, like, you know, what Republicans believe in and shit. So it's just, I'm not a big politician, bro. It's just, you know, from what I've seen, I feel like they just help themselves out by promising the world to minorities and shit. You feel me? So I don't.
Nothing.